Good morning. Today's Friday. Friday is October 16th, 2020. So we're heading into the weekend. Good morning, everyone. Hope we're having a good day. If you are watching the live broadcast or the rewatch, please let me know and say hi. Say hello, Dion. Please do that. Facebook is making some changes. I talk about that all the time, don't I? Stop. All right. Got a topic? Something that you would like to hear about? Please bring it up. I will do what I can to get it on there. Good morning, Carrie. Good to see you. All right. Let's get right to it. And let's get into finding our balance. So, balance is a matter of, one side versus the other side, and we usually think of weight, things like that. But in this part, what we're going to be covering is giving and taking. Is that Keku? My spiritual experience. Oh, okay. Someone once said that the mind's direction is more important than its progress. If my direction is correct, then progress is sure to follow. We first come to the program to receive something for ourselves, but soon learn that we receive most bountifully when we give to others. If the direction of my mind is to give rather than to receive, then I will benefit beyond my greatest expectations. The more I give of myself and the more generously I open my heart and mind to others, the more growth and progress I'll achieve. Am I learning not to measure my giving against my getting, accepting that the act of giving is its own reward, right? So we're so used to taking, right? Take. And so when we get into the program, we start giving, once we've got through some of the steps and things like that, you're going to find that you're going to be doing, you can have a week sober and help somebody out. Okay. You can, because it reminds other people what it's like to be a week sober. And we need to be reminded of that, right? Because we tend to forget the bad crap that happened to us. Hence why we do a 4-step kind of reminder, keep that in there. So, we get to the 12th step and we're giving, right? Well, we got to watch that balance. Okay. We alcoholics and addicts are we are not a lot. We are a lot, which means a set of people that goes to extremes. And I see people give too much of themselves. All right. So we got to find that balance, right? Good morning, Kirk. Good to see you. AA's manner of making ready to receive this gift lies in the practice of the 12 steps in our program. So let's consider briefly what we have been trying to do up to this point. I'm reading out of step 12 in the 12 by 12. I'm reading on page 107. Step 1 showed us an amazing paradox. We found that we were totally unable to be rid of the alcohol obsession until we first admitted that we were powerless over it. In step 2, we saw that since we could not restore ourselves to sanity, some higher power must necessarily do if we are to survive. Consequently, in step 3, we turned our will and our lives over the care of God as we understood him. For the time being, we who were atheists or agnostic discovered that our own group, or AA as a whole, would suffice as a higher power. Beginning with step 4, we commenced to search out the things in ourselves which brought us to physical, moral, and spiritual bankruptcy. We made a searching and fearless moral inventory. Looking at step 5, we decided that an inventory taken alone would not be enough. We knew we would have to quit the deadly business of living alone with our conflicts and in honesty confide these to God and another human being. At step 6, many of us balked for the practical reasons that we did not wish to have all our defects of character removed because we still loved some of them too much. Yet we knew we had to make a settlement with the fundamental principle of step 6. So we decided that while we still had some flaws of character that we could not yet relinquish, we ought nevertheless to quit our stubborn, rebellious hanging on to them. We said to ourselves, this cannot do today, perhaps, but I can stop crying out, no, never. Then in step 11, step 7, we humbly ask God to remove our shortcomings, such as He could or would under the conditions of the day we asked. Morning, Jill. Morning, Jay. Good to see you guys. In step 8, we continued to our house cleaning, for we saw that we were not only in conflict with ourselves, but also with people and situations in the world in which we lived. We began to make our peace, and so we listed the people we had harmed and became willing to set things right. We followed this up in step 10 by making direct amends to those concerned, except when it would injure, in step 9, not 10, would injure them or other people. By this time at step 10, we had begun to get a basis for daily living, and we keenly realized that we would need to continue taking personal inventory, and that when we were wrong, we ought to promptly admit it. In step 11, we saw that if a higher power had restored us to sanity and enabled us to live with some peace of mind in a sorely troubled world, then such a higher power was worth knowing better by as direct contact as possible. The persistent use of meditation and prayer we found did open the channel so that we were there. There had been a trickle. There now was a river which led us to sure power and safe guidance from God as we were increasingly better able to understand Him. So, practicing these steps, we had a spiritual awakening about which finally there was no question. Looking at those who were only beginning and still doubted themselves, the rest of us were able to see the change setting in. From great numbers of experience, we could predict that the doubter who still claimed that he hadn't got the spiritual angle, who still considered his well-loved AA group the higher power, would presently love God and call Him by name. Now, what about the rest of the 12th step? The wonderful energy it releases and the eager action by which it carries our message to the next suffering alcoholic, and which finally translates the 12th step into action upon all of our affairs, is the payoff. The magnificent reality of Alcoholics Anonymous. So we do it all to be of service to other people. Right? Good morning. Oh, but this is about balance. I don't know that necessarily fit. Well, I don't know. Of course it fits one way or another. I think the real key when it comes to finding balance is being honest with yourself. In order to get to that balance, I really, really need to be honest with myself. What my character defects may be. I deal with other things beyond, such as PTSD, anxiety. And so what did I do? I had to take that inventory. I had to find out what those flaws were so that I could avoid certain triggers. Oh. Yes, I avoid triggers. Bet your ass I do. I don't hang out in bars either. So I don't I don't put myself in places where that might happen to me. At the same time, we need to grow, right? So I need to practice those things though. so that I can be a part of, so that I can be part of the community, a working member of the community. May I not lose sight of that. May I not lose sight of that pillar of the program, helping myself through helping others in our purpose of achieving comfortable sobriety. May I feel that marvel of giving and taking and giving back again from the moment I take the first step. See, it's just a matter of us giving back and receiving. Okay. And we do that half of it, especially in a relationship. You give half the time and you take half the time. It's a matter of feeling good about yourself, of helping somebody else. Okay. And the action of letting somebody else help you. Okay. That is big, much bigger than the first one. Allowing other people to help you. Okay? And that's what this is about. I just did a podcast and they're not AAers, but it's still the same thing. That she wants to give back because of a program that gave her something, right? And that's how it works. That's the difference between sobriety and recovery. Doing the work. May I care deeply about others maintaining their freedom from chemicals. And may I know that they care about me. It is a simple and beautiful exchange, and it works extremely well. Today, I'll remember, give and take, and give back again. It's what we do, right? So we have to we constantly need to put ourselves in places where we're going to succeed. We don't always want to do this. I don't always want to come on here and like my day was a little disrupted, right? I had my podcast first before this. And that tends to throw me off because I'm used to, the noon meeting's already coming up. So I feel I feel a little bit off. Okay. It's not going to change how my day is, but the thing is I'm going to recognize it and just move on, right? So it disrupts a little bit, right? In a way that's kind of good because then I get to utilize my critical thinking, right? I know this seems like really small stuff, but it's not, guys. It's not. This is stuff that drives us, okay? So never take your emotions with a grain of salt. Listen to them, okay? And I'm talking generally, guys. All right, that's going to be it for today. I'll be back for tomorrow's daily reflection. We do have a podcast coming out today at 3. So please listen out for that. In the meantime, I've got 20 episodes on there. There's plenty of listening to do. So, all right, guys, have a great day. Thanks for being here. Carrie, Jay, Kirk, Carrie, Jill, everybody. I'm just naming people off here. All right. I love you guys. Have a great day. Peace out and have a day.